Alright, hello you beautiful people. How is everyone doing on this beautiful day? We are gonna be continuing back with some more Charles III. We've been pretty distracted on some other games here and there, but ultimately, we gotta go back and finish Charles III. The very last game in the Trails in the Sky series, the trilogy. So, we gotta finish this up. Head to Trails to Zero. I believe Trails to Zero is next. I keep forgetting. I think it is though. And yeah, we'll just be heading from here on through the fake Laloso area. I remember that's where we left off. We went through the very first area where it was just filled with lava, the underground section. Now we're going to be going through the forest area. And if anyone remembers from the very opening of Trails at Sea, we'll be going through the training facility as the third area, because there are 3 things that we got to collect while we're in this fake Loloso area in order to proceed. So that's what our goal is, and that's what we're going to be doing. And before we start, let me just make sure that the audio and everything is working correctly. Yeah, everything seems to be okay, so let's just jump right on into it. Yeah, we left off in chapter 4 in front of a door. Ooh, this is why I save in front of these doors, because then me in the future, aka me now, will remember, hey, you gotta do this door. This is what you gotta do. So let's go ahead and open this up. Brings me the girl who entrusts her feelings to her blade. Only then shall the door open. This is a star door. I don't remember if the star doors are the minigames or the short side stories. Well, we will see. So yeah, this story has to do with Annalise. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. We're over here with the city of Bose, with one of the best songs in the entire game in Bose. Not this one, but this one's great. This one's great too. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Annalise. Oh, Lugren. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me? Let's pretend that all never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know. Well, no matter. So what you've been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my pappy, who lives a long way away this morning. That's a weird thing there. Really now? He's a swordsman if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners, actually. Yun Ka-Fai of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. Ah yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Didn't he used to live here in Liberal? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That long ago. I see. So how's he doing? Well, judging by his letter, he's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had the chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me. Even though he's likely 70. Haha, he really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. Huh? What's with the sudden face? Oh, it's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? feels like if you have a granddaughter like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him and polish your skills at his side. That's, well, I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, Annalise, you needn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So in that sense, you're right. You're right that continuing to train under Pappy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want at least much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? No, I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Pappy once told me that he taught me all of the technical sides of swordsmanship, forms, crafts, and all that kinds of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but... I see. What's with the sudden silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one for one of these kinds of serious discussions, so I was impressed to see you were even capable of them. Hey! I am so capable. Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all of this stuff first. Haha, and I'm glad I did too. Anyways, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Oh right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go see Cassius Bright. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Pappy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius too. So ever since, they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using a sword too. 10 years ago? That would put that around when he left the army and become a bracer then. That would put that around... Okay. That just sounds weird. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now, though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius has returned to the army. Now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says. Yeah, I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places and the funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You've got a good cause to have it. I can't even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really. Go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. But in return, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area will probably be no trouble at all for you as you are now. It'd be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over in Rouen, and he's still not back. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in his place, especially if you want time off. Okay. Three days later, over at the Leyston Fortress. Whew, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. Can I help you? Well, I'm Annalise Elfie, a bracer with the guild. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the general, though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do, but the general is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyways, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm gonna have to ask you that you wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't going to end up getting canceled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. I suppose if I can't meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Grand Cell. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear? Or a crocodile once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The general can meet with you now. Really? Good day, sir. Thank you. And you must be Annalise, I assume? Yes, I am. Welcome to Lacen Fortress. The general is waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without getting to see him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. I've brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry about the delay there, Annalise. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I could do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I even knew it. I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have Estelle soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is just what rivals do. So they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kafai is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today? Yes, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was back when I was at the military academy, so I studied it under him. I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave here at Lacen like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I'd long given up the path of the sword. It didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was a student in light of that. Oh, gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Does he still have that same old vim and vigor? Yep, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you'll let me get right to the point. The reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Oh? Tell you the truth, Pappy still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. That was why he wrote to me when he heard you return to the army. He wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. He'd like to know directly from you how you feel. I see. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. And yet, I'm afraid that my answer is still that I have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with a sword that they even gained the title Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say it's inferior or nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and there's little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than the sword after all? No, not at all. I just believe a staff to be a more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staves are a symbol of protection, which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for is cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things like you do. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself. Are you telling me that the swordsmanship Pappy taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry. I didn't ask for you to come to take time out of your day so I could come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until what happened, up until all of what happened here in Liberal, I'd never felt any doubts that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want to do. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see. Master Kafai hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the questions you're asking me. But I know someone else who can. You mean Sid? What do you mean, Estelle? What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called too. It's definitely Sid. Ah, there you are. Are you all ready to begin? Indeed I am. I never expected to have to wear this uniform again though, especially not so soon. I'd almost think you enjoyed messing with people. I'm not doing it to bully you. You know as well as I do your usual work clothes aren't well suited for this kind of thing. Oh, it's Richard! I love Richard. You're Colonel Richard? I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing this uniform, but I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. Sorry. So, Mr. Richard then, or Alan, you can call me whatever you wish, though no need for the Mr. Meanwhile, I believe you are Annalise, a senior bracer with the guild. You know me? I'm not the former commander of the intelligence division for nothing. I know all about the bracers in this country. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? In short, I've decided to start up a new research company as a civilian. So while I may not be part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Cassius in the hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. Oh, I get it now. Wait, is the person you mentioned earlier? That's right. I want the two of you to fight one another. Wait a second, this is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the questions you've asked me earlier then? I believe any doubts you have towards swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you win or lose, but on pouring all that you have into battle, and you should find the answers you seek. Alright then. I'm not sure I'll make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. It's not every day one has the chance to test their skills against a relative of the 8-Leaf School founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Begin! Right. I thought it was going to be a cutscene that plays out, but it's alright. Let's go ahead and do this. He's not weak to anything. He has 14k HP. We got a good heal. Okay. What does Annalise do again? She has 8-Leaf Blitz, which is just a regular attack. She has a AoE attack. She has a delay. Oh, that's really good. Pedal Dance, which increases her strength by 50%, but loses the defense by 30%. And then her S-Craft is just a medium range AoE attack. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is, I know this is a pretty chunk of defense down that's going to be on me, but that strength up is going to be pretty useful here. So let's Pedal Dance. Especially since Annalise does have a very powerful heal with Tyrol on. Oh gosh, right off the bat. Afterglow Smasher. This is the first time we get to see this. Okay, 4.9k. I thought that was going to do a lot more. It's okay though. Go ahead and Actually, what we're gonna do, we should hero. I get the heal off. Have him hit me, which is perfect. So then I can go ahead and hit him. Use that S-Craft. True Piercing Wave. This is the first time we're seeing Annalise's S-Craft, I think. I don't know. Yeah, this might be the first time. Okay. Ooh. Let's heal up. My buff wore off. I'm gonna reapply. Let's heal up. Once I get that S-Craft, that should be guaranteed to win right there. Let me heal here. He'll hit me, which will give me the S-Craft. Which in part, I will attack into the S-Craft. One more hit. Dang. This Annalise is really weak physically, which is why Pedal Dance is really important here. This is more of an art. You can tell this is more of an art attacking Annalise build. But I'm alone and I don't have much in the way of EP, so I'm definitely gonna use that EP to heal instead. All right. Holy crap! I did it. Well, it looks like my skills still have a lot of room for improvement. All right, the victor is decided. Sheath your blades. So, Annalise, how did his swordsmanship appear to you? Well, he fights using the 8-leaf school 5th form, Morning Moon. He's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely a style based around sword drawing techniques. Well, okay, I noticed a bit more than just technical details like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting with him, Richard swings his sword as if perfectly synchronized to my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. In that sense, I feel like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. That defensive stance matches perfectly with the form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Oh-ho! What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? Annalise? Yes? I wield the sword, but for but one single reason. That reason is to protect this country. Oh? Everyone has at least something that they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person, such as their family or loved ones. Perhaps it is a belief or ideology that they hold dear. And just as the things we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways we choose to protect it. In my case, the way I choose to protect what I care about just happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Heh, although I can only imagine just how comical it must sound to hear a criminal who threatened this nation talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, you. Please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but that doesn't make those crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect Liberal remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do so that I resolved to leave the army even. It was. You see, Annalise, to me, one position in life is just a means to an end, a way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't what weapon you choose, but what you use it to do. What inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason I choose to put my sword aside and take up a staff is those feelings had changed. That is all. So, Annalise, any more thoughts? I should just use my sword in the way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure is. You beat me to it. You're Master Kafai's granddaughter, alright. Very quick to catch on to things. Heh, I'm just as quick as forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? Heh, I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask you to pass on my answer to Master Kafai then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. Then again, would you be opposed, Richard? Haha, not at all. I've already inherited the way of the sword itself from you. It's only right that someone else should inherit that. What are you talking about? Well, that's settled. Would you accept this, Annalise? Cassius handed Annalise the Genu. What's this? It's a blade I once used myself. I think it would be much happier in the hands of an active practitioner of swordsmanship than in my own at this point. What? Wait a second. I couldn't possibly accept this. Surely if anyone should be taking this off you, it should be Richard. Perhaps on the surface, but how things are on the surface is not always what's most important. I thought you had just learned that fact. I'm not sure the lessons I learned earlier have anything to do with this. There's no need to think so seriously about this, Annalise. All you need to do is take up this blade and use it to do what you want to do in the way you choose to do it. That's all anyone expects of you. To do what I want to do in the way I choose to do it. Well, if you insist, I'd be happy to accept it. I feel like I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope I'll have the chance again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training then. Of course. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. Really? Sounds like it was quite the fruitful experience. It sure was. I'm guessing this was Pappy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Cassius what I did, and that's why he asked. Must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote him. I see. Like master, like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you even had a chance to settle back in, a lot of work built up while you were away. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need you to get right on it all. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work will give you a chance to refine your skills with that new mindset of yours, won't it? That's one way of looking at it, sure. So, Pappy, well, I bet you knew all along. It looks like Cassius has no intentions of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting along. I thought it was all about getting stronger, or faster, things like that. But now, I finally realized that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take your sword up in the first place. Your feelings. I feel like now I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I've got. Love, Annalise. That was a good. I like that one. That was a good side story right there. Side story, swordsmanship, finished. You have received Genu and received 5,000 Mira as well. That was good. With that, we can leave back to the Hermit's Garden. I'm not using an Annalise, sadly.
Roger, let's go.
But we're gonna be putting back Julia back into the party. Right? That's what we're doing? Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely set. Speed, move, arts defense down. Okay, I think we're good. So what we received there was a wonderful sword. I don't use anyone with a sword at all. I use crossbows. Great sword with Reese. Dual blades with Joshua, and then I use Chloe with the rapier. But in any case, what I will do... Actually, the only person I have on this entire team with that uses just a sword, a simple sword, is Annalise. Well, let's go ahead and equip her that. From 450 strength, this actually gives her a whopping 1,000 strength Art attack and defense plus 50. Dexterity, 25. Agility and speed plus 5. That's actually insane. And that cute little Annalise character portrait. I love it. Well, Annalise, she is actually hitting really dang hard. Yeah, she would, if I was using her, she'd actually be hitting the hardest on my entire team. But that's not what I need. I don't need someone with just strength on my team. We need the teams to be all rounded out. So, whoops. Let's go ahead and save. And, am I able to drink from, the water again in order to get, Julia's CP 200? No. Okay. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to the 4th plane of Loloso, and we're actually gonna be going to the Loloso Lodge, and from there we're gonna be basically moving to the forest area of Loloso and continuing on. Is there anything in the shop that we can go ahead and buy? I remember I did not buy the bow. Looks like I bought all the weapons, which are good. The shoes, though. Whoops. These shoes. Kevin doesn't really need it. Joshua could use this, armor, actually. The shoes are not giving such a massive increase in defense. It's a good enough. That's not what shoes are for. They're not just for defense, but they're also for other benefits such as the movement, which is good for someone like Joshua and Julia. Not so much as Kevin because he's long range, but Chloe as well. But Chloe doesn't even need this. But what I'll actually do for now is I'll actually buy this armor piece for Joshua. So here you go, Joshua. From the titanium suit over to having the bracer coat, which is just going to increase your defenses by a whopping 100. And then we can just go ahead and sell a sword that Annalise just had. And I realized that we had a weapon for Zen. Ah, dang it. I can't put it on because I'm here. The armor. No one needs this armor, right? No. Let me go ahead and really quickly go back and quickly give Zen that weapon. And we can go back to the 4th plane. And we can sell this. Even if it's not much, I still want to sell it. We don't need the heat resistant shoes anymore. But until I finish the Loloso area, I'm gonna hold on to them just a little bit longer. And the slots, Kevin's already set. Chloe's already set. I'm not using Julia on the main team, so she doesn't need that. So we're doing Joshua. That's correct. That's right. Okay, that's all I can do. Let me do another save. And let's actually continue on. Alright, to the Saint-Croix forest. Let's see what's different with the forest. trees are not green anymore. So yeah, when we the thing the interesting part about this Loloso area here is, unlike in Chapter 2 when we went to the Grand Cell area, Grand Cell was basically the exact same except with no people in it, and the monsters are just roaming around the area. But here in Loloso, actually there's a pretty significant change with each of the areas. So for example, in the Ballstar Channel that we went to, instead of water, like it's kind of like this sewer-esque type of area. Instead of water, it's actually lava. So that was very different, and you had to find a way to traverse the lava and wear the heat-resistant shoes so you won't get so damaged on the lava. And here we are in the forest, where this forest used to be green and lush, you know, filled with nice greenery. Now it looks like it's autumn or dead. One of the two. I think it's just more. It just looks like it's, you know, autumn. Wow, this forest is so beautiful. It certainly is pretty, but don't you think it's odd? The levels of the coniferous trees don't usually turn orange like this, do they? Most don't, but there are some varieties that lose their leaves in the fall for sure. I can't remember their names though. Reese would know better than me, but well, I see. Don't mind me then. Actually, wait, the trees near the lodge are the same variety as these, aren't they? Oh, dang it, I did not mean to press confirm button so quick. Yeah, so your first guess might have been wrong, but there's definitely something off here. You better be careful. Yeah, so the Saint-Croix Forest recommended for ranger training and other survival lessons. Yeah, so the first time we go here in Trails at Sea is actually when we were running, we actually got like, it was actually part of a training regimen where it kind of looked like we got sent away from our group, and we randomly woke up here in the forest. And we had to do a bunch of like fighting and stuff like that, and get out of this forest and regroup with our buddies back at the Loloso Lodge. Same exact signpost here. Well, same exact description of the signpost, I mean. Over here, there's a red chest. Red chest that contains lily necklace. What does that do again? It prevents confused. Does anyone need something like that? I think we're okay. Please save us from these treasure chest messages. We're out of ideas. After 3 games, I'd be out of ideas too. Okay, we can still go through there. Okay, there's a path through here. I remember going through the water was where you were supposed to go. Triplet ice. Give it back. That wasn't yours. Alright. They're all weak to earth. I don't think I don't use earth. I can't remember. Was that my Joshua was physical, right? Wasn't it? I think so. Well, against water, I can use water just fine, so I'll set this right here. Good stuff. Holy crap, look at that water Sepith and earth Sepith. Jesus. We'll be like, oh, these enemies are weak, are not gonna give it, and not gonna give us much, but that definitely proves me wrong. Movement down. I gotta watch out. There is on the field a death blow bonus. Jeez, the water Sepith we are gaining here is insane. Celestial bomb over here. Can't even sleep in peace. I find that one so funny because I feel that way sometimes in the mornings too. There's a palm. I was saying, funnily enough, last stream when we were playing like Ease versus Trails in the Sky. I was saying, I don't think there were any palms in Trails the Third, but look at that, there we go. Focus the palms as always, so there you go. You want to throw some dark matters at that thing right there. Whoops, I targeted the wrong person there, but that's alright. One of these should work. Oh no! Oh no. Dang, that really sucks because they added the option to be weak and strong against the other three non-main elementals, Mirage, Space, and Time. Now it makes taking out palms harder. What can I do in that case? Try a Shadow Spear? Try a Blue Ascension over there? Dang. Yes, that works. I think that's going to be the play. Just throw Shadow Spears and get that KO to trigger.
That's that. Let's move out.
Oh, here's all that XP that we got. And the Sepith too. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, so we got HP 4 off this chest. I don't even remember if we had these or not. Kevin could do with it. Chloe no, Chloe doesn't even have it. So we're gonna give it to Chloe here, and then we're gonna give Kevin the HP 3. That gives Kevin the Diamond Dust. That's nice. What do you need for Blue Ascension, actually? That's a good question. What do you need for Blue Ascension? You need, oh, just 12 water sepith? This chest is empty and it smells like old people. If I recall, this was the way to go. So if you don't mind me going back and checking out that other area, I will go ahead and quickly do that. My memory of this forest is very faint. Yeah, you see this was not the right area to go. This one has a moon door. Bring to me the girl who shines like the sun, and may the boy who cherishes that light be at her side. Only then shall the door open. So now that we got our first door in the way, let me once again pull up, I had a guide, I forgot to open it before I started this. I had a guide that helped me figure out who do I need for these doors. I have a feeling I know who might be used for this door. Let's see who it is. Let's see who it is. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me give you guys a cute little... Let me give you guys a portrait of Chloe to look at. Alright, I got the guide back up and running. Which door was this one? This was the moon door. This is one of the main quest doors. This is actually number 4. Yes, I was exactly right on who I needed. I'm not gonna say, in case people don't want to know and get spoiled about possible party members. But I'll take that hit for you guys. We also have not opened up Moon Door 3 and 2 yet, but we do not have what we need to get into Moon Door 2 and 3 yet. So we're gonna just hold off on going into any of these doors over here. And glad to have checked that out. Now we can go continue on. Sure, I'll fight again. I don't mind. Get that extra sepith and get that extra XP. I do gotta delay if I can. Dang it, I cannot. I need to delay. No, I should run. The enemy was gonna get a death blow, and I don't think I was gonna be able to do anything about it. I don't think I was gonna take it out in time. Alright. Alright, Kevin, go ahead and just Ascension this little guy here. I believe you should be able to take that guy out. And what hurts this guy in the back? Earth. I don't have that. Dark Matter should hurt the same amount as Blue Ascension. Same costs and everything. You know what I should do? If I have the preemptives, I should not be using my arts like that. I have full range to attack twice with every character. So I should just be, you know, going in with just my physicals. Alright, good damage. My gosh, 4.2k. There we go. We're getting some really good XP here too. We got a Curia Bomb from this chest, and in this chest we got a sturdy cookie. Found a scrap of paper with a recipe written on it. And you learn, oh, it was a sludgy cookie. Whoops, I read it so quick. Your aromatic hickory lining of this chest permeated with the sludgy cookies with a mouth-watering flavor. You know, I'm worth a hell of a lot more sepif than that lousy trinket you just took. You mean the Curia Bomb? Maybe. But what good is an empty chest gonna do for me in saving the world? Alright, so this is where I won't mind using some arts. We'll hit that one there. Have Julia finish them off. Finish the rat that's over here. So that's 2 rats down. Yes, I got another Ascension. I don't want to vanish it though. Sure. Sure. Kevin and Joshua both level up. That's really nice. And there's a path over here which leads to a red chest with a cavalry cross. That's a rapier. Who is lacking in the melee weapon department? They both have the same weapon actually. Well, who's lacking in the... Well, actually, I should not even answer that. Chloe is an arts attacker. We should be focusing Chloe as an arts attacker and not giving her this weapon and giving it to Julia instead. With the cavalry cross, which increases her attack by 100, it also gives her 30 arts attack and 10 agility. That 30 arts attack is actually not bad on Chloe. That's actually not bad on Chloe. I will give it to Chloe. Just for the arts attack. I don't want to accidentally forget that I have such a weapon in my inventory. We found a plank of wood, but it seems to be nailed down. I don't want to forget that such a weapon exists in my inventory that gives me arts attack. Like, for example, Chloe, like, real quick. Chloe has, like, 2 amazing accessories here. She gets an accessory that gives her 300 arts attack. And another one that gives her 50. Then you give her the weapon that gives her 30. And then, you know, my orbment setup is all about giving her strength with Mind 4. On strength with arts attack, I mean. So then you just boost her strength up tremendously. Her arts attack is actually almost higher than her strength, her regular physical strength. And that's actually something you never really see, numbers-wise. And also, just keep in mind, just because the strength numbers might be higher than the arts numbers, the arts attack numbers, does not actually mean that their arts attack is actually weaker. It actually, the number on the arts attack scale is much higher than the physical strength side of your regular physical strength. Okay, we'll hit that one. If I had the weapon, I would have taken it out. Aw, dang. I was thinking in my head, don't they have an impede? And yep, they just showed it. It's all fine. I should have attacked the other rat. Oh wait, never mind. That didn't matter. So who's the one that fainted Julia just there? I gotta learn that. I gotta figure that out. Wow. I'm trying to save some art attack here and it backfires on me. I mean her art attack. Trying to save some EP. Look at all that Earth Sepith. Oh, definitely after we're done with this area here, we're definitely gonna be having a lot of Sepith to work with on Orbment slots and buying Orbments as well. So like the Ballstar channel that we were in previously gave us an insane amount of fire. Now this one is just giving us an insane amount of earth and water. I'm guessing the next area is going to be more about wind-based. A wind-based sort of section, so it has to be, right? That's all it's like the one thing that's missing. Anyways, what's in this vicinity? Oh, this is the way to go. Stay away! Please don't come any closer. That sounds like... Yeah, it does. Oh my gosh. We can leave him, right? I didn't mean any harm. I swear. I'll never do anything like that ever, ever, ever again. So please, please spare my pitiful life. The goddess just loves bringing us together, huh? I'm saved. My saviors, please help me. Do we even have a choice? I don't want his death on my conscience any more than you do, so... No. No, not really. It's just 4 rats. Oh wait, 5 rats. We got this. 5? 6. That's 6. I can't count. Clearly I can't. Let me evil eye. I was trying to get 4, but it's okay. No, the impedes. Enemy number 1 down, and enemy number 2 down. Actually, that was number 3 because we took down 1 earlier. That one there. And hit this one, and this one. Chloe levels up with that one there. We're not getting literally any win Sepith out of any of these fights. That was terrifying. Aren't you supposed to be part of Ouroboros? How do you keep getting yourself into these messes? You're so rude. I didn't end up in this situation because of my own error. It was a result of a tale so tragic, anyone who heard it will be moved to tears. I think there's a more pressing issue here, to be honest. How did you even get here ahead of us? That's a good question. Did you get through the 2nd and 3rd planes warp circles before us somehow? After parting ways with you at the castle, I found myself surrounded by armored knights. Naturally, I fought back with all the skill and grace that I'm known for. But during the fight, I was engulfed in some kind of strange vortex. Next thing I knew, I was in front of a building near a cliff. What a miracle! Clearly I've been chosen by Adios herself to be the hero of a new story. Kevin, you think... Yeah, sounds like you just ended up getting drawn into one of those vortexes that pop up in battle every so often and make things vanish. Damn, though. Ending up all the way here on the 4th plane just because of that is some luck. Truly. Lost for words, I see. Not that I can blame you for being in awe of my good fortune. Oh, we're in awe, right? Anyways, you said you ended up in front of the lodge, so how'd you end up here all the way out here? Did you decide to start looking around? Well... And this time you're the one with the good question. You're saying things like, I didn't mean any harm, and I'll never do anything like that ever again earlier. What was that about? Whatever do you mean? I have absolutely no idea. Will one of you say something? That was merely the result of me being so relieved to finally be out of mortal danger. I think I know what happened now. You were so hungry that you went and tried to grab those beastmen's food, huh? Well, I don't think you really have any reason to feel ashamed, though. Everyone needs to eat. I can sympathize with your plight, but your careless actions only succeeded in making your situations worse. Gilbert, do you want to come back to our base with us? That might be an idea. We've got plenty of food and water back there. So save your pity. I was able to steal at least a month's worth of food from them already. I'm not gonna need any more for quite a while. Heh, and it's all mine, and mine only. I won't give any of you so much as a crumb. Ha ha ha. So long, losers. He's incapable of listening, isn't he? Is he planning on staying here for over a month? Who knows? But all we can do is leave him to his own devices for now if he doesn't want our help. I'd be surprised if he changed his mind. Indeed. Haha. But we'll just have to give him a warm welcome when he does then. Alright, over here is a chest with a beastman. I'm gonna get impeded. May as well just take this one out. He's gonna attack twice. Or once, I guess. There you go.
Alright, what's next?
Yeah, we're not getting any wind sepith. Except from this chest, where we get 100 of the 4 main elementals of Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind sepiths. Alright. I think over there was the way to go. I remember over here just led to, yeah, the red chest that I saw earlier. Wow, Chloe's actually hitting really hard. She up for 1.6 there. Chest number 1, there's a orbital cannon here. This is for Tita. There's a Gatling gear. First step towards beating kleptomania is admitting that there's a problem. And then chest number 2 has EP Cut 4. This chest was made of state-of-the-art air freshener technology. Alright, EP Cut 4. Chloe already has one. Kevin can definitely use it now. People such as Joshua here, you can give Joshua the EP Cut 3. I will hold the EP Cut 2 for someone such as actually just give it to Julia. Because even when Reese comes in the party, there's not really a reason for Reese to be using arts, really. Unless it's something like a forte to like buff herself or something like that. Anyways, you can tell we're near the end of this forest because there is one of these monuments here. So we're just going to go ahead and restore our HP and EP while we're here. Also, because we've unlocked one of these areas, I'm going to go quickly to the Hermit's Garden. And I'm actually going to give Tita the orbital cannon before I go ahead and accidentally sell it. So the UG-01, 500 range 4 area S, 700 range 5 area S. So that's a big power increase for Tita right there. Let's go back to the 4th plane with the Saint-Croix forest. And we're going to go ahead and shop and sell. Sell this weapon. Dang, 500 Mira. 112 right there. I don't think I'm going to need these shoes anymore, actually. So I'm going to sell them, especially since I want the money. We can get these shoes now. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and get these shoes. We can get one of them. Who gets the biggest increase? Or who gets the most benefit from this the most? I would say Joshua, to be honest. More so because I'm going to be using Joshua as a permanent party member. So from having a trekking gear to having the soldier tabby. From 80 defense to 110 defense and getting that extra movement range. Selling the shoe. And let's see if we can buy any quartz. Let's stop buying slots for now and seeing what we can get here in the shop. So do we have mine 4 for someone like... No, we have mine 3 for Kevin. I do remember the ones at the very bottom here are very expensive, so let's see what I can get with these. So like for example, cast 2, do we have anything like that on anyone? I don't have it on Kevin, but I do have I do have it on Kevin. I have it for both Kevin and Chloe, so I think for now we are good on that front. I'm not the biggest fan of Action 4, because I don't like losing the movement speed. Oh, what about EP Cut 4? I didn't even see that there. Or EP 4, I mean. Alright, Kevin definitely does not have that, actually. But Chloe does, but she has EP 2. So, buy an EP4, 2 of them actually, because we were able to have enough to buy 2, which is fantastic. From EP2, max EP 6% on Chloe to max EP 12% on Chloe. So now from 851 to 899, and then Kevin over here. Kevin, what can we replace with Kevin? I'm thinking an Action 2. I don't think Kevin needs an Action 2, personally. Let's go ahead and give him the max EP 12%. So he goes from 658 EP to 736. That's a nice increase right there. Good stuff, Kevin. And then we'll once again restore HP and EP, mainly to get that EP that we gave for Chloe and Kevin right there. And I think we can get the Mind 4 for Kevin. Yes, we can. So, go to the Orbments for Kevin and give him the Mind 4. Go ahead and do that real quick. And I think we are pretty much set now. What I'm actually going to do real quick off the side off the stream real quick. Let me once again advertise the stream just to let everyone know that I'm streaming, you know. Still streaming some Trollstirred. Okay. Gave the second reminder that I am streaming. Okay. Kevin actually does not have EP4, but I don't think I can, I mean HP4, but I don't think I can afford the HP4. I can, actually. And there you go, Kevin. There you go. Give him the HP4. We get the tier all. Good stuff, Kevin. I think we also get Blue Ascension, right? Yeah, we get Blue Ascension as well. We get a better, stronger water hitting move, and we get tier all, so we get to fully heal an ally, which is great. We're looking really good. We're looking really, really good. So what can we do for Chloe to get Lateral again? I don't remember. We need to get 16 water, which is really easy. I think she already has that. 8 wind and 4 of the golden ones. I always forget the golden one is space, I think. We already have enough gold. We need the wind for her. So, what can I do here? What can I do here? Why do I have on Chloe a shield 2? Why? This decreases her arts attack. I don't need this on Chloe. Didn't I give her... I gave her scent, didn't I? It's not really good or really effective in any sort of way, but it is something, you know? Let me go ahead and look into this shop and see what else I can get. I think, oh yeah, for sure. Get this evade. Evade 4 for sure. Go ahead and take that. Chloe, get rid of the scent and just put on the evade 4. Look at that. Now we got a Latier roll. That sounds fantastic. And to get Latier all, just keep on working on the wind. And you don't need as much gold. But we have it anyway, so whatever. We just gotta get more wind on her, basically. Is there anything that's really, really good that can fit onto an arts attacking grid that also gives wind? Let's see, what gives wind on top of all that sort of stuff? Not really anything else at all, actually. So if I wanted to really help Chloe in a good way, we already got evade 4, so we would just give her impede 4, and then she would have a Latier all. What would I replace, actually? Sorry I'm taking so long. I just want to make sure. I just want to think of this ahead of time. How much water do you need for a Latier all? 22. Okay, we're 1 off. I was about to say, I don't think we might need... We probably don't even need Yin Yang. But we kind of do. If I'm gonna do... What I probably would do would just... Dang it. Tough. That's a really tough call. It has to be something of EP4, which is probably the best option, to be honest. EP4 or a Cast 2 or an EP Cut 4. But I would not do EP Cut 4 or Cast 2, so I would probably have to do EP4. But yeah, let's go ahead and save after all that. Yeah, I know I mainly just worked there on... Dang it! I was trying to go slow because I know what the blast area looks like. Dang it, that sucks. But yeah, I know I've been working primarily on Kevin and Chloe, but it's really easy to work on them. Their grids compared to everyone else's. I like to work on 2 characters at once. So like, theirs are really, really quick and easy for me to just make a quick, easy grid. Everyone else is a little bit more. If you're physical, depending on what kind of physical based grid you're going with, it might be a little bit different. So I just like to work on the easy ones out real quick. Schera. Charizard. She's our lady this time, huh? Makes sense that we'd find nothing but braces on one of their training grounds. We have to defeat her so we can get her sealing stone. Here's hoping we can have the real thing by our side. Exactly. If anyone remembers, whenever you fight any one of these clones, you always have to fight 3 phases of them. The third phase being kind of a pathetic phase, to say the least. But the second phase is the more stronger phase. So like, she only has 9.1k HP, but it becomes like double that once you go to second phase. But I do primarily want to get the other enemies out the way. Also, I'm realizing I gotta fix up the tactics battle position for Joshua. Joshua's way too far in the back. Dang, I definitely gotta put on Joshua when I can. Death Scream. We gotta get that baby back. Death Scream's like, that is the spell to have. Well, anyways, while they're sitting back over there, I might as well just throw some stuff. So we're gonna have Chloe. We're gonna have Chloe, Kevin, and Joshua throw some stuff. And next turn, when Joshua goes, he's gonna start physically attacking. And with Julia here, we're just gonna buff ourselves. Okay. Let Chloe hit that one. Chloe's capable of hitting 4K. Phantom Raid, yeah. Go ahead and hit this one and then Phantom Raid. Good stuff. Trinity Kleiss, everything's all probably set up. I'll wait for her to get that 200, so... Let's hit Charizard there. Alright. They don't look like they have any impedes. Chloe's blind, but that does not affect Chloe, as she is an arts attacker, not a physical attacker. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and strike. Now, we're gonna do this, get these 4 right here, all 4 of them. Trinity Kleiss. The Birdmen are out the way. Was she weak to anything? No, just don't use wind. This whole area is basically just don't use wind. Alright, so we're gonna start Dark Mattering. He gets a lot of step ups to drop here, so I'm just gonna Supreme Dual Strike. Oh, that doesn't look like he dropped anything. But Dark Matter destroy. Oh, barely lives on. I actually thought it was gonna go straight to the 3rd phase, but it's all right. This pathetic thing, just get it out of the way.
That's that. Let's move out.
And that's a lot of XP. No one leveled up though. But everyone's close. And look at that! Win Sepith! 234. The entire dang Sepith screen had to move all the way to the middle of my screen just to fit it all. Goodness. Oh, we got HP 4. Well, we already bought one, so oh well. And with that, we get Charizard Sealing Stone. So when we go back to the garden, we'll be able to get her onto our team. Nice. Now we should be able to set Schera free too. Well, let's get this back to the garden. It'll be great to have her on the team. And this is where we start the forest area. So there was another section on the right-hand side here. Let me go see what's over there. We get a death blow. That's so cheap. Wow, and you miss it! They got a death blow. Let's try that fight again. Ascension. Let's focus on this. Ascension both of these enemies over here. Destroys that one, and finishes off that one. And it was a red chest over here, which was a weapon for Joshua. This would have been nice. Kidney daggers. But hey, better that I went ahead and checked instead of just walking away. So Joshua, you go from having Hatchet, which 600 strength, to 700 strength, so an extra 100 boost. Dexterity 10 and Agility 10. So there you go. I hope my contents were speedrun worthy. I don't think... I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know what a speedrunning strat for a game like this would look like. Anyways, we're done with the forest area here. Whenever you get a Sealing Stone, you're basically all set. So let me go ahead and restore HP and EP. And save before the cutscene. And unleash the Sealing Stone. Dang, Reese is not even here to partake in this. She really does not want to look at us at all. We really upset Reese. So now the Grimsel Fortress is now open. That was the training facility where we finished the training. Huh? That's not Schera, is it? Huh? Oh no. A new outfit for Schera? Oh? What? Oh my. My goodness. She cut her hair, huh? Yep, about a month or so ago. She got herself some new duds to match, too. Ugh, this isn't like me at all. I haven't had anywhere enough to drink to start feeling this out of whack. You know, I think that hairstyle really looks very fitting on Charizard. I kinda like it. No, there's no stopping me now. Pour me another, Aina. Tonight we're gonna settle this once and for all. Duh. Nice to see you, Schera. Joshua? How long have you been back for? What happened to Estelle? And is it just me, or did you put on some muscle while you were away? You look stronger. Thanks, I'm happy to hear that. Be as it may, I can't believe you still haven't commented on my presence. How could you disregard your dear Olivier Lenheim, your loyal servant, and the man who forever holds the key to your heart? Olivier? Wait, you're not the only familiar faces here. This whole place is kind of bizarre too. Can someone explain what's going on here? Man, that haircut, really, like, not just the outfit, but the haircuts primarily. It's doing such a number on Charizard that it almost looks like it's not Charizard. We will, so calm down, okay? I can hardly blame you for being surprised. Yeah, your reaction's par for the course for this place. Okay, I think I get what's going on now. Still, under ordinary circumstances, I'd have a pretty hard time believing all of what you said was even possible. It's easier to chalk this up as just an alcohol-induced dream or another of Lucy's illusions. No doubt. Oh, woe is me. How could you look upon my fair countenance and beautiful locks and not believe that I am the only true Olivier? I said under ordinary circumstances, Olivier. There's no need for the dramatics. First, what should be the point of showing me an illusion this bizarre to begin with? As for the dream explanation, there's a bit too much internal consistency here for me to lean on that theory. True enough. Thanks for believing us. So I take it you'll be helping us then? We could sure use you. I'd be happy to. When I think about it, Estelle has most likely been dragged into this place. How could I think to say no? I wouldn't be a good sister if I didn't look out for my little sis now, would I? Thanks, Schera. You're a true model of a woman. Cheers, we appreciate it. Anyways, we've been giving a rough outline of the situation we're in. Currently, we're in the middle of exploring what's currently called the Fourth Plane. So that's where we'll be resuming from. Alright. I've used the facility at Loloso before as a training back in the day. Since you've found both me and Annalise there so far, perhaps the other sealing stones you find there will contain people who trained there too? Sounds plausible enough. That means the chance we'll find Estelle there is high. Or I don't know, maybe we'll find Kurt, Grant, or Karna. It's not impossible. They've certainly been to Loloso, but they went more as instructors. I don't think they've been purely as they've ever been as purely as trainees the way you and Estelle and I have. Oh right. Hey Schera, do you know if a Gate has ever trained there before? Now that you mention it, yes, he has. Cassius supposedly tricked him into going, and he was not a fan of the experience. That was about 4 years ago, I think. Oh. That means both him and Estelle might be trapped there. It's possible, yeah. They're both fine. I'm certain of it. At any rate, we now have only one of the 3 ordeals remaining. Indeed, we'll find who else is trapped inside the training ground soon enough, and then all that remains for us is to rescue them. Yup, so as soon as we're ready to move, let's move. We're not gonna put Schera on the team. Well, what does Schera offer as a support? She offers item drop rate up 10%, battle EP recovery 2%, speed down 5. Nothing that I would particularly use. Let me go ahead and recover our. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and check out the new duds for Charizard. Okay. Man, the haircut is doing such a massive difference in her design. Also, the whip looks different. Maybe it's just me. But, anyways, like I was just about to say, let's go over here and drink the water to get that 200 CP. And actually, I should have saved that. Yeah, let me load the game up real quick. Because what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna actually put into the party, take off Julia real quick and put Charizard. That is not Charizard.
This ought to perk you up.
There you go. And I'm gonna give her the 200 CP. That is because there is a door that specifically involves Schera. And it's one of the moon doors, so it's gonna be a long cutscene. So I have my water ready, all prepped up, and ready to give a long speech, long talk. So moon door number 2, bring me to dancer with the silver locks. So here we are. Brings me to dance with the silver locks, only then shall the door open. Open the door. This will require having to fight with Schera before we can actually access the cutscene itself. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Oh no! Why was it that why was it that it was just Tita that had to do a trial? That's so weird. I thought the moon doors are the only ones that made you do those trials. Year 12012 of the Septian calendar. Relent. Charizard. Charizard. Huh? Where am I? You feeling alright? Sure you haven't had too much to drink? Hey, it's a new song. Boy, that dream really brought back memories. Hard to believe I was once that young. I see you gotten yourself nice and plastered. You might want to watch what you're saying, though. You're still young, but no one will believe it if you start talking like that. She's right. Schera. Wow, I thought you'd be out for a while longer, Olivier. Let me pour you another glass, then. Please. Mercy. You can be such a monster. Faulkner, bring Olivier another bottle over. Unintelligible gibberish. Ugh, looks like Faulkner's gone and left early again. Fine, I guess I have to go get the bottle myself. Well, if I'm getting out of my seat, I'm getting the strongest thing in the house. I spy some brandy. Charizard, he's literally only just gotten up. At least start him off on some fruit wine before you start bringing out the big guns. You can have both. Problem solved. Spare me. I'll die. By the way, Aina. You remember when we first met? How much did you down again? Down what? Booze. We're talking booze, baby. Charizard began pouring alcohol onto Olivier's head. That should go in his mouth, Charizard. You sure? Oh, silly me. Eek, Clark. I could never. Oh, God. 5 years ago. Hey, it's a young Charizard. Huh. Making deliveries in a city that's this big sure isn't easy. Okay, where's next? This looks like when she was a junior bracer. Urbe Royal Villa? No way, I have to go all the way there? Ugh, this is why I hate cities. God, that's how I felt when I had to do all those side quests. Hey, Bracer, out on the job again? Thanks again for the help. You're a lot stronger than you look, young lady. You wouldn't have any interest in working for us, would you? You'd be more than welcome. Sorry, but I'm not interested. Really gotta go, too. Really gotta go, too. See ya. That's Ina. Excuse me. Brancell City, 1197. 5 years had passed since the 100 Days' War came to an end. The scars it left were slowly healing, and life was returning to Libero. People gathered in the cities and towns that had returned to their former state, and the revived Orban trade brought the kingdom prosperity. Peace was becoming normal once again. Not all that was happening in Libero at the time was so positive, however. This was also a period in which corruption was rife in the military. Many of the army's officers at the time cared for nothing but lining their own pockets or gaining power and prestige. Between the development of robotechnology and booming prosperity, much was forgotten. Is there no one here? If you have a request, please write it on one of the forms to the right and place it in this box. Bracer Guild, Brancell Branch. It looks like it. I wonder if they'd mind if I used their phone. Ugh, I'm pooped. She's back already? I feel more like a slave than a bracer of all this menial work being dumped on me. Oh, hello. Are you here to lodge a request? Yes, that's right. Might I ask your name? I'm Charizard Harvey, a bracer. I'm still a junior one, but I know what I'm doing. Don't you worry about that. Oh my, really? You look so young that I had no idea that you were an actual bracer. My name is Ina. It's a pleasure to meet you. So what's the request you want to make? I don't have all day to stand around chatting. There's only 2 bracers at this branch right now, so we're very busy. If you can make it quick, I'd appreciate it. Oh really? I'm terribly sorry, I had no idea you were... Did you not hear me? Or did you need me to explain to you what the word quick means? Oh, my apologies. Well, you see, it's my first time visiting the city. I thought it might be wise to come here and request that someone give me a tour of the main sights and such. The size of this place is rather daunting, as I'm sure you can imagine. But with a bracer who knows their way around, at my side, I'd be able to enjoy all that Brancell has to offer without fear of getting lost. You've got to be kidding. Please tell me you didn't actually come here for such a worthless request. Pardon? You seem to be misconstruing what bracers are actually here for. We're not community volunteers or whatever. We have a serious profession and do serious work. And we're also very busy. As I said earlier, so I'm gonna have to ask you to look elsewhere if you want a buddy for your sightseeing trip. I wasn't trying to... Or hell, just go and look around on your own. Getting lost is probably part of the experience anyways. Has this one lived in a box all her life? Typical rich girl. Besides, I need to focus on doing major jobs so I can get my letter of recommendation from this branch and get promoted to senior bracer. If you find something so serious you need help with, by all means, come back. Until then, get going. It looks like this isn't going to work. I really am sorry for troubling you, but... Oh? What do we have here? Have you come to make a request, perchance? Maybe Kurt was the guild, are they called the guild managers? I don't know. Pardon us for not properly manning the front desk. That's currently... Oh, yes, yep. Just answered my question. That's currently my job, but I'm undertaking other work at the same time. Oh, you don't have to apologize. I'd pay her no mind if I were you. She's a waste of time. She seems to have gotten into her head that bracers are friends for hire. Olivia, you'll excuse me. I'll get out of your hair now. Please don't leave just yet. Charizard. Huh? Well, what is it? Do what she wants. Helping people in need is the fundamental mission of us bracers. You've got no reason not to help. Well, what? But we're busy here. I don't have time to be playing tour guide. I've got more important things to do. Don't worry about the other requests on the boards. I'll take care of those. But you're even busier than I am. You're even our receptionist on top of it. You needn't worry about me. Besides, you're still a trainee, which means you still have much to learn. So go. Once you finish this request, I'll write you a letter, your letter of recommendation. What? Really? Are you sure? This seems like way too simple of a job to be rewarding something like that for. I thought it was your policy to give us 100% of the work you undertake. Well, it is, but then I'm counting on you with this job, too. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. Take care, you two. Got it. I appreciate your assistance. This should hopefully do her good. What is up with today? From delivery girl to playing tour guide or from some snooty silver spoon, it just gets worse. I do apologize. I really am putting you out with this request, aren't I? Let's just get started. Ugh, that aloof manner of talking she has just makes me want to smash something. So, where do you want to go? Let's see. I suppose I should go and buy a few things in the Edo department store just in case. In case? In case of what? It's in the east block of the city, don't forget. Why would I? I can feel my blood pressure rising already. And we get to play as young Charizard leading Ina. Needed water after that. Let's save the game. Sure. It doesn't have an S-Craft. Air bombs. I like that character portrait for Charizard. Barely any HP. She's only level 10. No EP. She has no arts whatsoever. Nothing to equip. She's all physical. Alright, well, let's go to the department store. I like how the very first thing she wants to do is to blow all her money. So, what are you planning to buy? Well, I could probably do a restocking on recovery items for one thing. What? Please. Adios, I just want this job to end. Hasn't Kurt read this book? Did he bring it here? A lot of these books look really complicated, too. Miss Charizard. Well, what? You know, there's actually a really famous ice cream stall near here. Have you ever been there? Why would I have? I don't like sweet things. Well, I do, and I feel like having some ice cream right now. Well, let's go get some. But wait a second. Looks like she's avoiding these people. We're right next to the ice cream area. Yeah, it's over here. Right here. Ina brought 2 ice cream cones from the stall. Did your brain decide to selectively switch off when I said I don't like sweet things? You'll like this, I promise. It's really nice. That's not how it works. Almost noon. That means I've only got 24 hours left. I'm running out of time. It might be risky, but... Hey! What? What are you spacing out and ignoring me for? I was trying to ask you something. Sorry. What was it? You look angry. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? It's really obvious. But come on, out with it. Or are you involved in something you can't even talk to me about? Well, it's just that. I realized I left something back at the hotel. Grr. As if anyone would buy that. Not gonna talk, huh? Well, fine. Be that way. Can we make our way back there so I can go and get it? Fine. Whatever. I'll come with you. At least until I get an idea of what you're really up to. Thank you. Well, shall we be going? Let's go to the south block. Fine. Let's go to the south block to go to the north block where the hotel is. That's funny. But I mean, she is trying to avoid these guys. But... Well, wait a second. Isn't this the hotel? The building you just walked right past? Well, yes, but... Rhinesell Castle looks really heavily guarded. I should have known. There's got to be some way to get past. That way leads to Rhinesell Castle. Do you want to go and have a look around it? Yes, I suppose I do, but, looks like I've almost cracked her. Time to talk, young lady. I want to know exactly what I've been dragged all over the city for. Yeah, this job's such a pain. I'm gonna go and catch a breather outside. There she is! Well, what's going on? You stay right where you are. Protect all NPCs. If an NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. Huh? Ha. I mean, all we can really do, honestly, is just use items whenever we need to heal and physically hit people. Strategy's not really, really in depth at this point. With a level 10 Schera with no magic, no arts. I mean, what the? That guy was no amateur. Well, they haven't noticed anything that has happened just yet by the looks of it. It's only going to be a matter of time, though. I need to do something. Look, you, it's time for you to start talking. Who is this guy? I don't want the army to notice anything amiss either. Are you listening to me? Shh, please, be quiet. Well, at least now we know she's not on the hotel guest list. Bah, I figured a rich girl like her would have to stay at a hotel, but I guess not. We're just gonna have to start scouring the city. From top to bottom? There she is! Get her! No, don't shout! Hey, did you hear that? Yeah, it came from over there. There she is. There's our target. Now, blonde, get her. What's going on? You've got some serious explaining to do, Missy. Well, let's start running. What the hell? Wait! We're gonna be cornered. You're gonna be cornered here. Where are you gonna hide? They went out of bounds. I got you. They can't be caught out of bounds. I think we lost them. Just about. Okay, I've had enough of this. It's time for you to open that mouth of yours. Just who are those guys? Why do they want to catch you? What do you even want? Well, don't even try and worm your way out of answering. I will hurt you. With this. That sounds painful. No use hiding it any longer, is there? They're trying to capture me. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm asking why they want to capture you. Go on, get talking. Let me start from the beginning. I suppose it started about a month ago. My grandfather, who I was living with, passed away. Your grandfather? That's right. He did mention that he intended to leave some of his fortune to me, but the will didn't just say some. He wrote that he intended to leave me with everything he had. So, well, a super rich guy leaving his fortune to a young girl. Okay, everything's starting to fall into place. Now every relative you have under the sun is on you like ants trying to get their share. At the very least, I still think my uncle is a very nice man. He said he wants to look after me until I turn 20, so as a part of that, you should let him look after all the money you've inherited. Ugh, unbelievable. Maybe. His eyes when he said that kind of scared me, so I ended up turning his offer down. Wait, hide! Now someone's hired those men to come after me. If I don't formally inherit his money, grandfather's will becomes invalid, you see. Most likely that's the reason they want to capture me, so I'm not able to do that. They're no ordinary street thugs either. They clearly have some experiences under their belts. I can't believe they're just able to wander the streets of the capital in broad daylight like this. Just what is the army even doing? One of my relatives had connections in the Royal Army, so that's probably why. My family's pretty influential, actually. Ugh, I'm getting a headache just listening to all of this. Hiring a bunch of suspicious, highly trained underlings to fight over an inheritance? You don't get more stereotypically spiteful rich person than that. I'm sorry. I'm not looking for an apology from you. No, this really isn't looking good. Might have been able to win the last battle, but I'm not confident I could win another. I think the best thing we can do is to try and get back to the guild house without getting caught. But I can't see that being easy. Whew! Come to think of it, I forgot to feed the birds. Feed the birds? I doubt it's meant to be taken literally. Probably some kind of code they use, which means... crap! Sorry, this way is a dead end. You've been giving us a hell of a lot of trouble, but your luck's just ran out. Ugh. You're fast though, I'll give you that. Now grab her. Well, not much strategy, but to really just go out and hit things. Dear Bomb. I like how the voice actor is the same, basically. Doesn't sound any younger at all. Well, well, not half bad. I don't think I can fight my way out of this. Are you alright, Miss Charizard? Have you guys still not caught her? Ha! Well, well, you almost stood a chance against us. Almost. I don't want to be beaten by a bunch of low-life scum like these guys. Do you have any ideas for getting us out of this? Me? Oh. There's an entrance to the sewers nearby. If we can get to that, we might be able to escape to the west block. That's a huge if, though. Alright, let's go with that. Close your eyes for a second. You're gonna throw a flashbang. Well, what are you? 1, 2. Whoa, what are you? 3. Oh, no, that's not a flashbang. Well, what's that? A smoke grenade. My eyes! Ah, ready to go? But what? Ugh, what is this smell? Is this mustard gas? Wait up. Don't let them get away. Why do you even have that thing? What's the point of knocking that guy out, too? Locked. Get out of the way. Charizard took out a wire and jammed it into the keyhole. Come on, hurry! Wait, get back here, damn it! It's no use. It's locked. Out of the way, I'll get it open. Should I use another one of those canisters? I've got pepper ones too. Pepper? Do you make these things yourself? I've got a few original blends of my own, yes. They were originally just white smoke grenades. For example, there's this one. It contains powdered laughing mushrooms. Never tried it though. You think it works? You don't need to find out now. It might get blown back in here. Ugh, it won't budge. Someone bring an axe. We're gonna have to smash it open. That damn bitch. Whew. Looks like we bought ourselves some time. What were you thinking? What kind of insane maniac just uses a smoke grenade or mustard gas canister or whatever it was? You shouldn't even be making that kind of stuff. I thought you were a high-class lady. Truly? But it helped us get to safety, didn't it? Oh yeah, but still. Where did you even learn to make those things? My grandfather loved collecting books. He had his own personal library in the mansion. I learned all kinds of things from, all kinds of useful things from here. I take it you're not much of a book enthusiast yourself, so you probably wouldn't have read any of the things I have. But there's a famous spy novel I remember reading, and it has a scene in it where the protagonist makes her own smoke grenade. She learned it from a book? I take it back. Miss Rich is written all over her naive face. Look, let me get this very clear for your own good. You might have gotten outside of a dangerous situation earlier, but you got lucky. Don't expect that to happen a second time. Don't go getting cocky just because you picked up some mildly useful knowledge from a book that may or may not have even worked. I don't want to see you doing anything like that again. Are we clear? Yes, of course. That's all. Let's get going. Ugh. Being in sewers like these always brings back unpleasant memories. It feels like my instincts are coming right back, though. Why did she suddenly go silent? Did I say something to annoy her? Let's move. When they come back, they'll get that door open in no time. Be careful and stay close to me. There are bound to be monsters here. Right. No, I wonder if all of this is just a training program for Schera. Hey, it's the Trails 1 battle theme. Oh gosh, we gotta watch out for these guys. Please hit it. What's her crafts? An impede and an AoE. Okay. I doubt she will get an actual S craft. I leveled up and she learned up. She learned an S craft. Ada's whip. That's hilarious. Why did we get Sepif? Wow. Alright, over here we got a tier bomb. I'm empty now, but when I was younger, adventurers couldn't keep their hands off me. And then here's another tier bomb. So tell me, how effective was that expired medicine? Tier bomb? We'll find out soon, maybe. But yeah, we went to the sewers like in the first game. A couple different times I got lost in here trying to figure something out. And then in the second game we went in here for like 2 side quests, I think. So I still have a good portion of it memorized. Do not hit me with that status effect, please. We level up after this. As I said, we're level 12 now. Oh wow, really? Over there is a path, but over here was, didn't this just lead to an item? Yeah, it did. Serum powder. Jesus, a serum powder in this, like, early stage of a game? Awesome. Let's chest bump. Oh, really? A serum powder in this stage of the early game. You know, in the early game of the where this section takes place. Let's go all the way down real quick. Dang it. Let me go in order actually. Over here's a tear bomb again. You take joy in yanking out others' insides. That sounds violent. I'm so scared of these enemies. They will hit you with a petrify, and then they'll just one-shot you. Oh, they just have poison now? That's much better. Alright, and then over here is another tier bomb. So I heard you like chests, you pervert. Let me go ahead and use no, jeez. Let me use the tier bomb. Save the game. Oh yeah, there was just a chest here, so we can go downward now. I'm guessing we'll need to find some way through this door to get to the west block. There should be some way to open it nearby. Let's start looking and stick close to me. Oh my, that's kind of romantic, don't you think? In what way is anything in this situation romantic? Yeah, the switch is actually down here. The lever won't move. Is it not budging? Stay quiet for a moment, I'll handle this. Charizard removed the rock from the bottom of the device and placed her hand inside. Wow, you really are amazing. Not for this. This isn't all that different from breaking into a safe, to be honest. Really though, you shouldn't be impressed by these kinds of things or getting used to them. Why? There's some things in life you're just better off not knowing. And some things you're better off not being able to do. The entire town smelled like a rotting open drain and was reviled even for a slum. The people who ended up there were largely those who couldn't be accommodated in a prison, those who had been driven out of the cities, or children who had been abandoned there like yesterday's garbage. I did whatever I had to do in order to survive and to live to see another day. Picking pockets at every opportunity was a habit I picked up from a very young age. Anything that caught my eye, I took. But even then, I didn't end up with enough to live on. There were always men there who made their living by taking from people like me. The surest way to make money was stealing from the safes of the rich, and when they were out of their mansions. The residential area full of wealthy people on the other side of the river, accessible through an underground sewer, was a perfect target for this. Every time I felt hungry, I sneaked inside of one of the mansions and made use of all the skills I felt like I'd known since the day I was born. The most important thing to remember when doing this was not to take everything in one go. Instead, the key was to only take a small amount each time. Enough to get by, but not enough for the mansion's owner to notice anything was gone. With a simple piece of wire, I had access to enough mirror to live for a couple more weeks. But before I knew it, I was doing it every day, building up a stockpile of money instead of simply taking what I needed in the short term. And boy, I paid the price for it. I had it all taken from me by the men of the slums and ended up being kicked and stomped on until I coughed up blood. Everyone did what they did, or what they did as much anyways, so that they could keep living on. Always pretending to be desperate as an excuse to live by any means, by always taking the easiest road they could find. The town I lived in was devoid of energy, but full of filthy humans like them and me. Again and again, I thought about giving it up. Again and again, I said to myself that I wanted to stop, but I couldn't do it. I hated myself for what I was doing. I hated the fact that I couldn't stop. It was because I didn't want to return to that life that I ended up becoming a bracer. Because if I didn't, I was scared I would end up being right back where I was. The troop had saved me from that place and had made me into a respectable human being. But when I lost them, I was afraid. One thought stood out above all the rest. No matter how much I tried to forget, no matter how much I used to be, no matter how used I became to my new life, no matter how much I tried to deny it, I was yesterday's garbage from the slums, and nothing I could do would change that. And that's it, really. One day, I'm sure I'll end up returning there. That's why I need to be strong. Stay strong. What job I do doesn't even matter. Anything I can pour my heart into that'll let me live an honest life is fine. Anything that keeps my mind off the past. Anything that lets me keep the ugliness of my heart at bay. If it makes me strong without relying on others, then it's fine. Fine. I need to be strong. Stronger than anyone. Stronger than anyone. But am I? Am I really doing all right in my new life? Am I really getting stronger? Am I, Lucy? Miss Charizard? Are you alright? You're looking very gloomy all of a sudden. It's nothing. I'm fine. As soon as I finish this job, Kurt will give me the last recommendation I need. I can finally become a rope bracer. And no one will be able to tell me that I'm not strong. I won't let them. I will be strong. Anyways, we're leaving. But wait a second. Miss Charizard. As soon as I finish this job... Yep, looks like Charizard just grew up to be a homeless girl. She was homeless. Did what she could to get by. Here, Bomb. If you wanted that badly, you could have asked. You wouldn't have really expected much from how Charizard acts now. He doesn't seem to let stuff like that, really, you know, show I guess anymore. Over here is the chest with another tier bomb. Sorry, but the legendary item drop is in another chest. Alright, I remember that this path was just items. And it didn't really lead anywhere. Now we'll take the path that I just passed. And get on out of here. Yes, it's locked. I know it is. Just shut up. You'll break my concentration. Oh, my bad. Charizard took out a wire and inserted it into the keyhole. Whew! We're finally back on the surface. It's evening, too. That took longer than I thought it would. We should hurry. Of course. Are you alright, though? What? You look kind of pale. Are you feeling tired? Maybe we should rest a little before moving on. I'm fine. I've had enough training to handle this level of physical activity, thank you very much. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, what the hell? She was never more than a few steps behind me at any given moment. How is she still fine? She never seemed out of breath even when we were being chased by those guys. Come to think of it, I feel like there were a few times when she was even ahead of me. What is up with this girl? Is this like nothing to her? Are you absolutely sure you don't need a rest? I do have a few snacks on me. Would you like me to share some? It's okay. I'm definitely fine. Right now we need to focus on getting to the guild so we can hide out there. Food breaks can wait. We might have run into a lot of trouble on the way, but the request was to show her around the capital. I've done that. Now all I need to do is get back to the guild and this request is done. I win. Come on, get a move on. I still feel like it would be a good idea to rest at least a little though. Are you certain you're alright? How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? The hell with it all. Hide! I was up all night working that damn story. All night. Who the hell does Naticia think she is? The better the scoop, the hotter it needs to be caught? Does she think I don't know that? Ah! What do you think he's talking about? I've got no more idea than you do. Maybe he's using some kind of code like those men from earlier. He's gonna be one of them, could he? Do you think he could be? Damn it all. I can't be sure. Just look at his eyes though. He doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. I see what you mean. We've come this far. There's no way I'm letting us get caught now. We need to proceed carefully and deliberately. Let's see if we can find another route. Ah, if I remember correctly, that house over there is empty. This way, follow me. For radio's sake, if I get... Oh my gosh, I would have done it already. You two patrol the area at the bottom of the stairs. I'll take the area to the top. Roger. Ah, I guess I'm gonna have to call on Raymond again. Wait, he works at the villa now, doesn't he? Just my luck. That's ages away. I swear this job is bad for my blood pressure. I need some more nicotine in me. Come on, why are there still so many of them going around? How can we get to the guild like this? I think we'll have to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. If it won't need to come to that. I think if I can find a good opening, we can force our way through. It's just a case of finding one. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. As logical as that sounds, I'm not buying her. It's a real reason. Get a grip, Schera. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're even safe here, you know. I still think the safest option in the long run is to get to the guild, no matter what we have to do to get there. Hey, where do you think you're going? I think the second floor is a better place to rest than the first. We'll find it easier to escape from here than we would below. This should be a good spot. Wait one damn minute. This is your safety we're talking about here. You could stand to listen to me. Those men will be patrolling carefully for the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening you want, or at least I don't believe they will. We've made it this far, so I think it would be best for us to rest tonight and resume trying tomorrow, don't you think? Trying to do what? Pardon? You're still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with the city for someone who claims it's their first time here. You also seem to know a lot about those men and what they will and won't do too. What exactly are you really after? It's as plain as day at this point that you won't that you want more than just not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have asked to be shown around the capital. Not that I think that that's what you want either. What's your real goal? Well, no answer. The work we do is based around trust. We can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what they're up to, or who knows what kind of crimes we could be abetting. Go on. The whole thing about that inheritance was all a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you'd been setting off alarms since we started running around together. Strike that, since you first came to the guild. Why did you lie to me? The story about the inheritance is true, I swear it. I want to go to Grancel Castle. I really am the one to whom my grandfather gave his fortune, but I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Until I complete my required paperwork in Grancel Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed anything. And that's why there are so many of those men around in black around that area. All of my relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see. They're trying to make sure I can't do it. So if I don't keep trying to move forward, what a mess. Well, okay. For argument's sake, let's assume that I believe all of what you just said. Why am I only hearing about it just now? That is... You thought I'd want in on that money, didn't you? If I did and I knew everything, I'd have all the opportunities of a greedy girl could dream of to take it when together with you. That's what you thought I'd do, isn't it? I'd play along and then steal it for myself the second the chance presented itself? Do I look that much of a scumbag to you? No, you don't. That's not it at all. After I lost grandfather, I lived all on my own. But the second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending upon me. People who, like you said, weren't interested in only claiming his fortune from themselves. They all started to live in mine and my grandfather's house, and before I knew it, my once peaceful life was shattered. One day, someone would push me down the stairs. Another, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kinds of things began happening on a regular basis. Legally, they were my relatives while I was a minor, so there was very little I could do. I tried reasoning with them at first, but in the end I had no choice but to leave home myself. I wandered the highways alone, going from place to place and trying not to be discovered. But I knew that while I could hopefully avoid being caught that way, I'd eventually just be declared as missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did go back home, I knew I'd probably be locked up somewhere and reported as missing regardless. Grandfather's will would be declared as invalid in time, and my relatives would blissfully share their newly bequeathed wealth between them. I hated the thought of that happening. That's why I decided to return here to the capital. Even if it's the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wanted me to do. That was why I decided to try and get an escort from someone I could trust. So it's not that I don't think I can trust you, not at all. And I will admit that wanting to explore the capital was a lie. I'm sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. I'm sorry? You could have said all of this from the beginning and saved us a lot of headache. If I'd known that what you were trying to do, I would have been able to formally escort you where you were wanting to go. And the guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out, too. We wouldn't have ended up in this dump instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'll never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear that will read. The horror that I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain, that no one can put into words. It wasn't visible for long, before they managed to push it back below the surface and out of sight. But it was still there, because now I believe that something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty, every one of us. And that realization's left me terrified of us all. It's not that I don't trust bracers, it's just that I've been so scared. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have wasted your time with any of this. I should have never gotten you caught up in all of this when you were busy enough already. Just forget that listen. Huh? It's my policy to give 100% to all work I undertake. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I wanted to be strong and to live with my head held high. I still believe I was right to feel that way, and yes, I lived my hardest until now, but you made me notice that there's something wrong with my attitude. I'm not going about it the right way, and it's made me realize anew that I want to be able to keep living with pride in every step. So no more saying sorry, okay? I want to see this job through to the very end. So where was it in Grand Cell Castle that we need to go again? The administrative room. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is noon. Noon? Noon today? That barely leaves us any time at all. Why are you only telling me this now? It has to be filed within a month of the deceased passing away. That's the law here in Liberal, apparently. Alright, I was never much good at this legal stuff. I bet Kurt knows it all by heart, though. It seemed like the type who might. Let's get going. We don't have any time to waste. As long as we do as we discussed earlier, we should be able to handle this. We're getting inside the castle, and they're not gonna stop us. Miss Charizard, I really am glad that you were the one who undertook my request. The more I spend time with you, the more I realize you're really someone dependable, who relies on their own strength to live. You're blowing my merits out of proportion, I think. Also, can we stop with the Miss Charizard now? The way you say it, it just makes my name sound ridiculously long. Does it? It does. It feels like our conversations take twice as long as they should because of it. Well, if you insist. And now you know all there is to know about what I want to do. So I would like to formally request that you escort me to Grand Cell Castle. You got it. You'll get there, I promise you that. Thank you. Alright, that was a long cutscene. Let's save that. Right, let's go up here to the north block. I knew you'd come eventually. Today's your last chance after all. You're kidding me. A cat? No, wait a sec. There might be something else inside. Don't let your guard down. I know. There they are! Too late. What's their S-craft? It's a single target one. Okay. Nice miss. 94. Pretty good damage for just that handbag. Oh man. It's okay.
Seems you came up short.
A tear bomb for that. This isn't good. Now's our chance, Ina. Alright. Ugh, there's more of them. No. Nice of you to finally show yourselves. What's the holdup? Why haven't you made an example out of them yet? Our client's waiting. Get a move on. You're really gonna regret messing with us kids. I hope you don't expect to just be able to walk away after showing yourselves. First, I'm gonna kill you. The other young lady can live a little while longer. She's still useful. As long as we can get her to write her own will, it'll save us from having to forge one later. You really think this would be that simple? If you think saying that is gonna unnerve us, you got another thing coming. Ina, you can still run, right? Yes. I'll take all these guys on myself. While I'm doing that, you run. What? You can't take this many opponents on yourself and have any chance of winning. You'll... not gonna beg for mercy, I take it? You've got something you need to do, and so do I. So let's just do them. Don't worry about me. As if I have any intention of dying here. What are you even talking about? Ha! Gah! Damn you. Go, Ina. But... I said go. You seem to be having a little trouble over there, Charizard. Is it Kurt? What? It is. Who the hell are you? Kurt! What are you doing here? Have you forgotten that I'm affiliated with the Grand Cell branch of the Guild? I see nothing odd about my presence here. Well, I know, but... I'm happy that you seem to have realized exactly what it is that you must do. But I can't say that I am displeased about how willing you appear to be throw away your life without first exploring other options. I'm sorry. I can't entirely fault your decision from the perspective of a bracer, but I would like you to give a little more attention to your surroundings. I'm well aware that you seem staunchly opposed to relying on others, but take a good look at the situation you're currently in, and tell me exactly what it is that you should really be doing. Kurt, can you take care of things for me? Certainly. You gonna S-craft? I knew it. You get to see Kurt's S-craft for the first time. Woo! He's high level. You can tell by that damage number. Now, Ina. We're right. They're getting away. Half of us should be enough to take care of this guy. Everyone else... Ah. What? Sorry for the delay, Kurt. Who's this? And he has a totally different weapon style than anyone I've seen in this game. Double axis? Not at all. I've largely taken care of them as it is. Gundalf, okay. You sure do work fast. So I'm more surprised to see that obstinate young lady finally came to her senses. When she was in the Zeiss branch, she was more like a wild boar, always charging forward without stopping to take a look around her. I've always known she has what it takes to be an excellent bracer. She'd merely lost sight of something important and decided and needed to be put back on track. Given the opportunity, she was always perfectly capable of doing so. She'll be able to get much stronger than she is now that she's righted herself. I'm sure of that. To be young again. Quit acting like we're not even here. Kill them both. They're sure taking their time. The hell are they even doing? Now, there's no need to be so hasty. Capturing her isn't even necessary to the plan as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the noon bell chimes, true as that may be, Sure, that would invalidate the will and ensure she doesn't get all the money, but it also means you'd have to share it with everyone else, which means our share will end up going down. I'd kinda like to avoid that if we can. Don't you worry, we've got plenty of options. Remember, you're only dealing with a single young girl. What? Uncle? Why? Oh dear, what are you doing here, Ina? I keep telling you how dangerous it is to go venturing outside, and alone at that. You blind old man. She isn't here alone. Well, I can see you getting in my way. Ugh, it's like they don't even care if they kill Ina in the process. That wasn't a very good shot. I take it marksmanship isn't exactly your forte. Sorry, sir. Charizard? What is it? Let's just force our way through here. We don't have time to mess around. Got it. It's time to come along home, Ina. Everyone's waiting for you, you know? Alright, so this guy has 349, 248, 358. I'm gonna S-craft this guy, hit him, and I should be able to hit the gentleman as well, right? Oh, yeah, it's a single target. Oh. I think it's gonna do like 200. I'm gonna still attack the man in black. Yeah, 266. That was a good choice. He buffs them. Okay. He's buffing their strength. There we go. Here, bomb. What is the meaning of this? I paid good mirror to hire them, and this is the quality of service I receive? This has to be a breach of contract, surely. This isn't acceptable at all. I can barely bring myself to watch. I think it's time you took a little nap yourself. Well, what are you doing? Is this all you're capable of? Reckless violence? What a poor upbringing you must have had. Uncle, I got no interest in inheriting grandfather's land or his money. That's not why I've been running away from you or doing any of what I've been doing. But as much as I don't need it, I know I don't want you to have a single mirror of it either. I'm so sorry. Damn, that's gonna hurt in the morning. This bag hurts like so much. I don't know why. Why does her handbag hurt so much? I sometimes really find myself doubting you're actually from a rich family like you say you are. How awful of you to say such a thing. I'd like to believe I act the part more than you, at least. What are you doing? What in ADO's name happened out here? You there, throw down your weapon at once. I'm from the Bracer Guild. What? The guild? Charizard showed the soldiers her junior bracer badge. So you are. So what's a bracer doing here? Your Majesties may recognize the guild, but that doesn't make it alright for you to cause a commotion right outside the castle. I've had a reason to believe that these people were responsible for numerous criminal acts within the capital. I knocked them out for the sake of peace and order in Grand Cell and the safety of its people. So could you do me a favor and arrest them? I haven't covered that part yet. Well, very well. Ordinarily, we'd be taking you away with us as well, but I'll let you off this time. You know what to do. Right. Still, while you may have gotten away with punishment this time, don't expect to be so lucky next time you try and overreach your authority. Protecting the capital is our job, and we'll show no mercy to anyone who causes trouble, bracer or otherwise. Oh, it is? Cool. Can I ask another favor then? There's a bunch of their friends still in the city. You couldn't take care of those, could you? Of course, last I saw, Kurt was with them, so you probably won't have to lift a finger there either. Ugh. You two, follow me. Sir. I'll never get used to dealing with the army. What? Oh, I was just impressed by how much authority the Bracer badge wields. You were kind of cool. That was the first time I've tried using my badge like that, I'll have you know. But never mind my badge now. We're running out of time. We need to hurry. Right. Phew, we're finally here. I can't believe a girl like you could actually keep up with me running at full throttle. Anyways, get that paperwork done quickly. I'll be watching from here. Okay, I'll be as quick as I can then. Aina put her signature on the necessary paperwork. I'm really happy for you, Aina. Congratulations. Charizard? Looks like I need a witness to sign this. A witness? You wouldn't be willing, would you? Sure? If you're okay with me doing it. Of course I am, silly. In fact, I want it to be you. And I'd be happy to. That does not sound correct. You need a witness to sign the will? Well, maybe if there's forgery or something involved, I guess. I never thought the day would come when I would be called as a witness for something like this. Or that the day would come when I'd be able to proudly say I was a senior bracer. Or that I would be able to feel overwhelmed with pride over something in the first place. The undersigned Ina Holden shall hereby inherit the property of Saul John Holden as outlined in his last will and testament. Witness Charizard Harvey. Thank you, Charizard. And there's the bell, so you can barely hear it. It's finally over. That's the request wrapped up, right? Actually, no. There's one more thing I need to do. We're still not done? Could you possibly bring me an application form? I'd like to make a donation to Her Majesty's Welfare Foundation. Cheers! I still can't believe you gave all of that money away. Okay, maybe you don't need all of it, but you'll need some to live, right? I suppose you're right. What I did was a little strange, but I made up my mind to do this from the very beginning as a matter of principle. When I said I didn't do any of this for the money, I meant it. Still, congratulations on becoming a senior bracer. I'm not sure what the difference between a senior and a junior bracer is, but it's clear that this is something you really work for. It means that I have a lot more authority, but I've got a lot more responsibility to go with it. It also means I get a nice new badge, but I wasn't ever interested in that personally. Oh really? Yep. I'm relieved to hear that. I see you're finally beginning to understand the necessary mindset to be a bracer, Charizard. Crap, it's Kurt. This might look like alcohol to you, but it's actually water? And today is admittedly a cause for celebration. I will turn a blind eye to your drinking tonight. Just don't go drinking so much that it interferes with your ability to do your job. Fine. What is it? As you're fully aware, Charizard, you are now a senior bracer, which means you must behave with more responsibility. That means I expect you to see an end to you drinking in every free moment between jobs, day or night, and sneaking out at night for it too. I also expect to no longer discover that you've been taking advantage of the busiest times in my schedule to behave like a drunken lunatic. Is that really what you usually do, Charizard? You sound like a tried and true troublemaker. Don't say anything. Are we clear? Yes, sir. There's no need for the sir, of course. We're both senior bracers now, which means we're both on equal standing. Why I'm hardly even a veteran. I'm still very much a rookie. Are you now? Says who? Regardless, this isn't what I'm here to discuss. The matter I came here concerns your uncle, Ina. I came to make you aware of the fact that the Bracer Guild is capable of asking for leniency in his punishment. Hiring a Jaeger corpse for personal use carries a very grave punishment, you see. A Jaeger corpse? Are you referring to those men dressed in black? Yes, they're one of the many corps that are known to be active here in Libero. Recently, there have been many such corps making their way into the country, and they've been successful in finding work too. Hiring them is of course very illegal, but with the army as slow to act as they currently are, I've taken this chance to take care of them though. So we shouldn't see any sign of any of them in the near future. Take care of them, all of them. Now it makes sense. So it wasn't a coincidence that he showed up when he did. He's been investigating all of the Jaeger Corps and liberals so that he could start an operation to wipe them all out. No wonder he seems so swamped. The Jaegers in the country have been targeting wealthy individuals in hopes of getting them to sign contracts. There have been countless cases like this all around the country as of late, with civilians getting caught up in it and worrying getting caught up in it at a worrying frequency. Goodness. I believe the case we're dealing with here was no exception in that it was the Jaeger Corps who came to your uncle rather than the other way around. It's hard to feel too much sympathy under these circumstances, but in a sense, your uncle was a victim in all of this as well. What? What are you trying to pull? Just because the Jaegers approached him and not the other way around, he's a victim? That he deserves to get off with a slap on the wrist? And Ina's supposed to be okay with that? He tried to kill her. Schera, please calm down. There's no need to shout. I'm sorry, but still. No one is saying he doesn't deserve to be punished for his actions. All I'm saying here is to say that if, and only if, Ina wishes, the guild is able to request leniency in his sentencing. That is all. Oh. Phew, you scared me for a minute. You needn't make your decision immediately. Questioning him will take roughly a week, as it is. Based on what I've heard, you bear no responsibility to even make any choice at all, so please don't feel as though you need to think long and hard about this. Just please be aware that the possibility to forgive him exists. That is all. Alright. Incidentally, should you ever find yourself in need of assistance with anything in the future, the Bracer Guild is always available to aid you. We're certainly not omnipotent or infallible, but we'll at least strive to do what we can to aid those who want our help. Thank you. I'm really sorry for not telling you the whole story from the start, too. Please don't be. The situation you were in, the reluctance is quite understandable. Furthermore, one who is worthy of being a full-fledged bracer should be able to roughly tell what a client wants just from looking at them. They should also not, under any circumstances, try to chase away a potential client in a genuine need. Ouch. I've still got a long way to go then, huh? Certainly, but don't we all? Alright, I've said what I've came to say, so I'll be excusing myself now. Really? You could stand to join us for one drink. I'm afraid not. I still have my duties as a guild receptionist remaining, after all. As for you, Schera, be careful you don't have too much water. Crud, why he always gotta be so serious? Oh, actually, how about you, Ina? Can you handle your liquor? If you can, you should join me for a few drinks. Well, alright then. You sure? Really, really sure? Of course, you've done so much for me, how could I refuse? Joining you for a few drinks is the least I can do. Heh, then let's get to boozing. The night's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what a prim and proper girl like her looks like when she's drunk and out of her mind. This is gonna be so awesome. Well, cheers! I'd seen girls just like her on the other side of that river. Silky blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes, smooth skin, the blessed, blissful children on the other side dressed like royalty and smiling like angels. Seeing them, I asked myself the same question over and over again. Why aren't I on that side? I envied them. I hated them. I both longed to be one of them and rejected their very existence. I know the answer to my question from the very beginning. I despaired in myself. I always tried to avoid others getting too close, believing that to be what I needed to do in order to live. But I could never completely get rid of the tiny lingering hope deep within my heart. That eventually, no matter how long it took, the day would finally come when I could smile from the heart. That the day would come when I could finally be able to accept and forgive myself for how I was. Next day, Ina visited the Bracer Guild and registered her desire for her uncle to be shown leniency in his sentencing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to accompany her, having been drunk under the table by her the night before. And that's the end of the side story for Schera. Side story client finished. As I said, it's a main story. It's a long one. And we got Heaven's Eye. I don't remember what that was. That's unless it's new. And we got 4,000 Mira. I feel like if we're going to do these moon doors, we should get an insane amount of Mira. What does the ornament do? Right here. Oh, it's Eagle Eye and information. Oh, that's so bad. Anyways, back to the Hermit's Garden. Let me put Julia back into the party, and then we'll wrap up right there.
Understood.
Alright, there we go. Save the game. So next time we will continue on from the Loso area. I forgot the name of the training facility is called, but we're gonna be finishing up chapter 4 and moving on to chapter 5, I think. And yeah, we'll be finishing up Laloso the next time we stream. And we'll definitely be streaming tomorrow, so be sure to look out for that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me double save. And yeah, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and just follow me on my Twitter. You can follow me, the Joker27 on there. Also subscribe to me on the YouTube and follow me on the Twitch. It's all your, all your choice. It's all up to you guys. But let me see if there's anyone that I mutually follow. There's anyone to raid. I don't even know who's on at this time. Ah, so I'm gonna go ahead and raid David Vinch. David Vinch streams. He goes by on Twitch. Great person. Fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and raid him. And I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy yourselves. And we'll be streaming tomorrow. So, anyways, take care and have a good one. See ya.